So the international break is over, guys, and we're welcome back to the Premier League. We're back to what matters, and it's actually felt like forever having to wait 2 weeks to get the Premier League back again. International break is something I wish they can just scrap out of club football, let it not just affect club football in any way. Now, right, there's a lot of action that's going to be coming ahead in this game week 4, especially with the arrival, or should I say the return of Cristiano Ronaldo back to the Premier League. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about top captaincy picks ahead of game week 4. Stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification icon, as I'm going to be making FPL content from time to time. Almost every day you'll be seeing FPL content on my channel. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so guys, I would have even liked to review the game week 3 top captaincy picks, but I almost don't even remember much that happened. It felt like many days ago. So we'll just go straight into today's video for game week 4. So in top captain we have Lukaku, Salah and Ronaldo. Now we've seen I think I kind of remember it now. Last game week, it was my top captains were actually from Lukaku and Salah and Ronaldo. Ronaldo hadn't arrived at that point yet, and we saw that Chelsea played Liverpool, and the match was actually quite intense. It was quite intense, and while I suggested Lukaku to be one of the top captains, he didn't actually deliver, but Salah did, and Salah has actually delivered in every match so far this season. So, but first of all, let's take a look at Lukaku ahead of game week 4. So Chelsea is going to be playing Aston Villa at home, and looking at it, Lukaku is actually definitely going to be a good pick for top captain. If you have Lukaku, you should actually look at considering him to be a captain for the week. So far he has just 1 goal. He doesn't have any assist at all yet. He has just created 1 big chance, and he has a total of 10 shots in his last Premier League appearance this season, and that's just 2 appearances so far. So he has an expected goal of 2.0. He has an expected assist of 0.72, and his point per match so far is 5 points. So now, meaning he has just played only 2 matches, and looking at his stats, it looks quite interesting, and Lukaku looks quite promising to be a top captain, and it's just one of the players I think you should consider when looking at captain. And furthermore, Lukaku there's no much I can actually say that you don't already know about a player like Lukaku. He brings a lot to the team, and even just before even he had his first game, his expected goals was already even high enough. And looking at how he played against Liverpool, I actually watched the match. Lukaku was just really awesome for Chelsea. Had it been Chelsea didn't get that red card in that match, we could have probably seen the match turn out differently. Probably Lukaku getting even up to 2 goals. So Lukaku spearheading Chelsea's attack is definitely going to yield results for you in game week 4. So if you're looking at Lukaku, or if you have Lukaku, you should consider Lukaku as your captain. So moving on to the next guy, we have Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, the must have FPL player every manager is always looking up to. Mohamed Salah is owned by over 50% of managers, and his price at 12.6 million. His price doesn't really matter, except you just want to get him into your squad. He's most likely in your squad already. And so if you look at Mohamed Salah so far this season, his stats are actually quite interesting, and I think he's second to that of Antonio. But let's finish talking about Lukaku before we talk about Antonio. So Mohamed Salah has 2 goals already so far this season. He has 2 assists. He has created 3 big chances for his team. He has a total of 13 shots, and he has an expected goal of 1.51. He has an expected assist of 1.09, and points per match, he has 10 points per match. So now looking at that, means so far Salah is able to give you at least double figures every game week, which is on the average is actually very good, and that means you can depend consistently on Salah to be your captain. But how does Salah compare to Lukaku? Based on these stats, we see that Lukaku is just quite back to the Premier League and is still relatively new to the whole changes in the Premier League, and Salah has adapted over time, and we've seen Salah being consistent over the period of time. So now, not even putting Ronaldo in the picture yet, because it is possible some of you have the three of these players together, but looking at it between Salah and Lukaku, if you have both players, I would rather you go for Salah to be your captain, as his fixture might look easier, but it's not as, I would say it's easier compared to Chelsea facing Aston Villa, as we've seen Leeds so far this season. They still have to have a lot of work to do with their defense, and definitely if you look at the last meeting of Liverpool and Leeds, we'll see Salah had a very wonderful performance against that team, getting goals and assists. I don't exactly remember, but Salah had double figures when the last time they met Leeds at the first match of the season last season. So I think that is definitely going to play out again in this week. So if you have Salah but you don't have Lukaku, you know what to do, make him your captain. But if you have Salah and Lukaku, I would think you should look towards or lean towards Salah as your captain for game week 4. But still, it's up to you. It's still your choice. You just do what's better for you. So now, bringing Ronaldo into the picture, wow, this is one of like the biggest thing to ever happen to Fantasy Premier League. Having Ronaldo back to Premier League, and immediately has been priced at 12.5 million. And despite his price, we see that many managers have added him to their squad. Like over 1.1 million managers in just this game week has bought Ronaldo, despite having played any match yet. And that actually overtook Antonio, because Antonio was previously like the most transferred in player, and consistently we see over time through the international break period people transferring Ronaldo in. And if you look at what happened through the international break, Ronaldo was able to do well for his country before actually coming back to the Premier League. I think he played just one match and he scored 2 goals in that particular match. So now for a player like Ronaldo, is even an understatement. Your expectation would most likely even be an understatement, because if you look at Ronaldo, we can't start debating over how consistent he's going to be. As long as he doesn't get injured, Ronaldo is definitely going to be performing. And now we see that Manchester United is going to be playing Newcastle this game week, and they are playing at home at Old Trafford for that matter. So now I see Man U definitely coming out of this one with a great win. But there's a but to it now. Ronaldo is just like back like a new player to the Premier League. And we've noticed something with Solskjaer when it comes to new players. He doesn't exactly start them when they return or when they're just new to the team. So is Ronaldo going to play on Saturday? I don't know, I'm not sure. But to be on the safer side, if you have another alternative like Lukaku or Salah, who has actually been awesome, I'll just say you avoid making Ronaldo your captain for just this game week, just to see how things play out. But if you're certain that man is going to definitely start or is going to come from the bench and he can give you the results you need this game week without having to worry about his appearance for the game week, you can go ahead and captain Ronaldo. He's a top captain, he's a go-to captain. So moving on to the next one, we have Antonio, Son and Jimenez. So this list is quite like an alternative pick to the ones I listed previously. So we see that managers, most of us would either have Salah or Lukaku, and Ronaldo, for example, who is like one of the most transferred in player currently ahead of game week 4. But if you want to look elsewhere, you don't really want to look to those sides, you can actually look to Antonio, Son or Jimenez if you have any of these players now. So now looking at Antonio is actually the best performing player so far this season. This as far as Fantasy Premier League is concerned so far. Antonio has 4 goals and 3 assists in 3 games. 4 goals and 3 assists in 3 games, and is the only player, the only fantasy Premier League player to have given double numbers consistently in the first 3 game weeks. I think I think that stat should be for this season, or probably almost so far in a long time. I don't exactly know. So he has created 3 big chances for his team, West Ham. He has a total of 16 shots in these 3 games. 16 shots in 3 games is actually awesome. That means he's getting at least 6 shots every match. 6 shots in every match. And if you look at his expected goal, he has an expected goal of 3.31, and he has an expected assist of 1.48. That is, this guy is definitely a fantastic pick. In short, he's even a top pick and not just an alternative. He's a top pick, not just an alternative. Looking at his expected goals, Antonio of West Ham is a player that you can actually look to give you those double figures, and that is something every manager always wants to have every week consistently. A player who is going to be their captain, who can deliver consistently, who can give them double figures every week. And I would say that among the picks I have mentioned previously, Antonio might actually even have an edge over others based on his statistics so far this season. But after there's been international break, and it's possible there's been a break in momentum, which might kind of affect players' performance when they resume. But that is just emotions or speculations. I'm just speculating. I don't necessarily mean that's going to happen, but Antonio is still a fantastic pick. His 12 points per match is 12.2. Is this 12 points or 13.3 points per match? So moving on to we see West Ham. West Ham also has I think a good fixture ahead. So West Ham is actually going to be playing Southampton away, and Southampton so far they've not exactly been great this season. But that's not exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about Antonio and what can Antonio do against the likes of Southampton. He can do a lot against the likes of Southampton, and I even tip Antonio to score nothing less than 2 goals in this particular match. So if you have Antonio and you're not looking to captain either of Salah, Lukaku, or Ronaldo, you should just easily pick Antonio to be your captain for the week. So moving on to Son so far this season it hasn't really done much. There hasn't been so much that come from Son so far this season, but still he has a good performance so far this season. He has just 2 goals, no assists, no big chances created. He has a total of 10 shots. His expected goal is 0.54. His expected assist is 0.16. His point per match is 7.7. So if the like of Son is able to give you at least 7 points in a game week, so I think that is actually fair enough to make him want to be your captain for the week. And looking at his fixture ahead, is going to be playing Crystal Palace. They're playing away, and it's actually the first match for the game week. We could actually see Son pull out double figures in this particular match, as the fixture difficulty ranking for the match is actually on the low. So definitely it's going to be an easy fixture for Tottenham, and Tottenham has actually been solid defensively so far this season. So that means we'll actually see Crystal Palace trying to do more of the defending this time around, playing against the likes of Tottenham. And so looking at Son further, Son price at 10.1 million and is owned by 26.2% of managers so far. So going with Son as your captain for the week, I don't think it's going to be a bad idea. Looking at onto Wolves Raul Jimenez. So Raul Jimenez is just like an other pick for top captain. So he's not exactly a top captain for this game week. He's just a player you might want to consider. You should actually look closely to Wolves players. And so, but that being said, coming back to the points, Jimenez as captain. So Jimenez as captain doesn't have any assist. I think he has just 1 goal this season, or no goal at all. Not exactly sure. His price at 7.4 million, and he has had a total of 12 shots so far this season already. His expected goal is 0.77. His expected assist is 0.51, and his points per match is 1.7. I think this goal thing here is a mistake. I'm sorry for the mistakes you see on the screen. I'm going to be correcting them in the next video. Okay, so reason why despite Jimenez not having fantastic statistics, his expected goals, unexpected assists, and his fixtures ahead are actually one of the reasons why I've added him to this squad. So far we know that Wolves have actually been terrible so far this season. They've not been able to get themselves, maybe they're suffering from the fact that they have to play under a new coach and they've not been able to get their rhythm. But that being said, I think Wolves would actually start having a turn very soon. Is it this game week? I'm not exactly sure, but we could, the way Premier League plays out every week. Sometimes you could just see a random player from nowhere just come up with a hat-trick or something like that, and if that's going to happen this week, I feel it could come from Raul Jimenez. So it's not just about that. Raul Jimenez also has actually a fantastic fixture ahead, as Wolves is going to be playing Watford, a side too that is struggling kind of this season so far. So if you look at these two sides, Watford has considered a high number of goals so far this season, and playing against the likes of Wolves, I think Wolves is going to be the stronger side here, but Watford isn't actually a lukewarm team as well. It's going to be a competitive, and it's going to be a very tough one for both sides. Okay, so that's about top captaincy picks for game week 4, guys. The next video we're going to be talking about my team selection ahead of game week 4. See, like I said, if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will catch you right in the next one. Peace.